Hello, hello, back again. Hope with, I don't know, hope with acceptable quality and that the results of the videos are better. Test, 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 test. Are better. Test, 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 test. Might be fine. Okay. I feel like there's so little light, man. So little light. Bro, it's barely noticeable, this light. Unless I point it like directly to me or something. This will have to do. It says something about bitrate, but I don't give a fuck. Okay. Let's start. "28 thoughts turning 28 on the 28th. I'm going to repeat because I don't know how well I put my microphone. 28 thoughts turning 28 on the 28th. Today, it's my birthday. I turn 28 years old and it's the 28th of July. So I'm going to celebrate it by creating a video talking about 28 thoughts that I have about, not about turning 28, but about in general, about the present, about the past, about the future, and then about some constants, some values, some things that have been similar throughout my life. "28 thoughts turning 28 on the 28th. "28 thoughts turning 28 on the 28th. Today it's 28th of July and I'm turning 28 years old. So I wanted to celebrate by saying 28 thoughts, not necessarily about turning 28, but more in general about the present, about the past, about the future, about some things that have changed, some things that have remained constant, some values. And I'm starting with the past. I'm moving this fucking window, but it's so difficult. It's so difficult because OBS takes up a lot of space and it doesn't leave space for other things. And then this fucking window doesn't want to become smaller. Oh. I'm reordering the things in my so that they are a bit more coherent. Okay. I learned kind of early on that I was just a small fish in a... Fuck. I have to redo it. Next time I don't say, I just say sorry, as I pause and say a big fish, and that's it. "28 thoughts about turning 28 years old on the 28th. 28 thoughts turning 28 on the 28th. Today I'm turning 28 years old and it's the 28th of July. So I wanted to give 28 thoughts, not just about turning 28, but more about the past, about the present, about the future, maybe about things that have stayed the same, constants, about things that have changed. And here we go. I'm starting with the past. I learned kind of early on that I was just a big fish in a small pond, but even though I got to be the small fish in the bigger pond sometimes, I got to experience what that was. I kind of more or less always stayed in the big fish in a small pond path, and I guess I never really pushed out to live it in many of the contexts that I've been in the past. There's been like a couple of instances where I complained when my mom bought me something that I thought was like too feminine, and I also used to have my hair cut really short. I used to be pragmatic. I used to like just care about hair drying time, for example. The first album that I bought, or that I remember buying, more or less, is Random Access Memories by Daft Punk, and it shaped how I listen to music and I think how I conceive of music. I kind of used to hate exercise and I liked to eat a lot. I used to love online mini games, but I guess my addiction or like my deeper connection with the computer started when I had my own room at 14 years old and thus kind of more my own computer. I've felt left out or othered quite often, partly because of being half Japanese, but also I think partly because of my personality and just in general. As you can tell, maybe by the name of the channel, I used to be obsessed about cars, and they were kind of the main thing I thought about. How the fuck do I... Now, on to the present. I still feel a bit like a big fish in a small pond in my studios right now in Germany as a train driver, but I've grown to dislike it. I don't feel like I'm going to pursue this path anymore or like stay comfortable in this lane because I think I sense more tension and kind of I get worse feelings from the dynamics that arise from this. That arise from this, sorry. I'm working on finding a style I like more, and also I've grown my hair out because I think it's more in the direction I want to go towards, even if it's more impractical. And I want to, I guess, grow into something that's more expressive of myself, I would say. I lost 10 kilos this past year, and I'm having a different relationship with food. I like to eat still, obviously, and I love eating, but I guess I can pay more attention to my body now, how it feels, how how things feel after I've eaten them, and yeah, I guess I'm finding healthy foods feeling better, and also I think I found the strength to do this or like the motivation to do this because I also found a direction in which I want to move towards. So I think that's important, I would say. Today I listened to some AI generated playlist or album, and yeah, on the one hand I'm intrigued because of how this could shape the world in a sense, but I don't know, I also feel kind of uneasy about how I just couldn't immediately tell it was AI generated, and I don't know, it was kind of I was kind of vibing at it at the beginning. Bro, am I going to have to cut the video? Ugh, so annoying. I think I might just do it on YouTube. What minute is this? Minute 3:38. I'm still streaming more or less once a week, I think for the past year or so. And even though I don't feel like I'm entertaining, maybe it could be said that I'm getting better. I don't know. Right now I'm in Germany and I still feel othered, even though it's not my country. And yeah, like I don't fit in. Maybe for obvious reasons, but once I left, I guess for a reason, right? And even though it's my birthday tomorrow, I'm kind of dreading it. By the way, I'm recording this the day before, by the way. I'm kind of dreading it. I don't really want it to be my birthday. I'm now I'd say I'm less obsessed with cars on the daily. There is still like a comfort and a present thing in my life, but I don't know. I would say that I'm way less obsessed about cars than I used to be. Bro, I don't know how to speak English or what. What did I say? I don't know how obsessed about cars. I don't know. Now, future. For the future, I'd like to carve my own pond and not care about whether I'm a small fish in a big pond or a whatever the fuck, and just carve my own little pond with my own little fish size or whatever, and or maybe just like actually be courageous or something and be in a big pond, or ideally maybe that the pond that I carve turns out to be a sub pond of the bigger pond and relevant to big pond things. I don't know. I'd like to find a nice balance between, yeah, the body that I have and the healthiness of the body and etc. And also about the aesthetics of it. I also wish to find a style that I like as soon as possible, but also to evolve it, and yeah, as I get older, to find kind of archetypes that I like throughout my life, and also both that I like and that they fit me, they fit my journey, etc. I'm not sure what role music will have in the future with AI or whatever. I don't know. I don't even want to mention AI because yeah, it's not like a thing in my mind taking mind space. But it's more like a thing, an anecdote for today. But yeah, I do want music in my life in the future, and I do have a list of ideas that I'd like developed, and I don't know how, when, etc. But I don't know. I would like to develop them, and I would like to find the ones that I don't want, the ones that are maybe less relevant to develop, and I guess still call back to them and still, I guess, I don't know, hold space, and I respect them in a way, or like honor them in a way. I'd like to find connection of all kinds, obviously, and I do believe the internet is a place for that. But I don't know. I also don't want to forget, I guess, the physical component of it and like the location component, city, etc. And related to that, in the short term future, I am in Germany. Like I have to be here in Germany for at least a couple of years, and I do look forward to it. It's not just like a death sentence or something that I really hate. No, I do look forward to some aspects of it, but I do fear other aspects of that. And I've also been sensing that I don't know. I don't feel like this will be my final destination, or like, yeah, my the place I will call home. I don't know. Never say never, right? But I don't know. I'm getting that vibe. I want cars to be a part of my life, but I guess less focus 100 center front 100% or something. Yeah, and more like just one facet of something that includes other vehicles, like trains now, for example, but also planes, etc., boats, and also more things outside vehicles, right? Just a life filled with more things. Bro, it looks like I'm being interrogated. This looks a little bit strange, right? And to end the video, constants and changes. I've never felt like I know enough about anything, but I guess I'm starting to see that as a feature and not a bug. And yeah, I don't think that curiosity will ever go away. I've always needed creative outlets, but I guess I've gotten either more courageous or more desperate about sharing those creative things. I've grown to value authenticity over fitting in, and I think I'm staying that way and leaning more towards the authenticity way rather than the fitting in way. Although I always like to fit in, obviously, right? I think that will never go away, but I think I'm leaning more towards the authenticity thing than the fitting in part. I've always been a poster. This is some of the constant things. And yeah, while I was sharing room with my brother, then after in other different sites, on here, on YouTube comments, I think I've always been posting somewhere at least. If not posting, at least commenting on things that others have posted. I guess I've found myself feeling othered in various contexts, and I'm working on figuring out whether that's something to change or something to embrace. And yeah, I'm not clear on what this thing is. Cars will always stay with me, even if my relationship with them shifts a little bit, or yeah, I guess shifts locus or evolves. I think they will always be with me. And the 28th thought, I've shifted from thinking that I guess I could play live solo, but I guess I'm realizing, or I've realized, that everything good is like a co-op game at best. And yeah, that's kind of obvious in a sense if you really think about it, but also it's, I don't know, it's kind of terrifying. So yeah, I've shifted from thinking that I could play live solo to realizing that everything good is a co-op game. And yeah, that's obvious and terrifying. I have to work tomorrow at 7. I might be hit the bed early today, not yet, but maybe at 11, a bit earlier. Okay, no problem. I will finish this probably, I don't know, in half an hour or so. I guess like the video, I'm literally finishing in 2 sentences. I'm just going to say like, hey, thank you for watching or something like this. And then I'm going to upload it. I'm going to wait until it's uploaded. I'm going to, maybe I go to shower while it's uploading if it is not like one of those instant uploads. And then I'm just going to like try to find the part that I have to cut. I'm going to cut it, and yeah, then I'm going to prepare it for publishing, and that's it. But yeah, maybe I will even do some parts of that out of stream, because waiting until, for example, the video is processed, it's like the book. We'll see. When did you say that? On 2, like 7 minutes ago. Thank you for watching. This video is both one of the reasons I am dreading my birthday. I guess thinking about my birthday itself makes me dread the day even more. If I have things to process, if I have to evaluate, if I have to think about the past, about the present, about the future, I get a little bit, I guess, I start feeling more uneasy. I start feeling the pressure. I start feeling many things, right? But also it's something contrasting to the kind of dread that I feel for the actual day of tomorrow, which is, I don't know, interacting with people, dealing with these things, dealing with groups, etc., which I really don't want. So yeah, I guess thank you for giving me this outlet. Thank you to myself for carving this outlet. And yeah, happy birthday to me. Hope you have a good day, even if it's not your birthday, and if it's your birthday, happy birthday to you as well. So yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye. Did I make a birthday video last year? 3 months. There's going to be a lot of 3 months ago. Seven, 8, 10, 10, 11. Did you end stream or is it loading? I think it should be back, I guess. Last year I made this video turning 27, so if you're curious about that, feel free to watch that. And yeah, goodbye. Better again, maybe? Feels like it. Okay, now the video is not working. Let's see. Can I restart it or something? Okay, this view will have to do for now. It's just going to be like uploading anything, so it's not. It doesn't matter that much, to be honest. This is so slow, bro. Should I do it here? I feel like it's this. Yeah, I think I'm ending it. Goodbye. Hope you're hearing this, and if you're not hearing it, sorry. And yeah, I'm ending it. Have a good night. Hope work is acceptable today, tonight, tomorrow, and yeah, bye.